Hey JD, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe, please hit like, please enjoy the watch work you're going to see. So today I'm going to be trying out the pallet fork I did some work on. So this pallet fork right here, I put a little tiny bit of shellac so the guard pin would stay in place, and I did bend the guard pin forward ever so slightly so it would actually work as a guard pin on this very old Waltham pocket watch. So this has been sitting here for a week, so I think it's probably dry by now. So I'm going to be putting this together and see if this watch will actually work. Alright, here's the watch in the Myers number 58 movement holder. Myers number 58 movement holder. Not number 57, not number 55. This is a number 58 movement holder. It's a beautiful little movement holder. So I need to put this baby back together again. I think I'm missing some parts. I need to go get those parts. They're in another container. First thing I'm going to do though is dump this pallet fork back into this container here. I'm going to have a look at this later, and actually I should probably look at it right now and see the condition of that shellac to make sure it's hard as heck. This is what I want it to be. And here is that guard pin, a la close up. There it is there. And I shellacked the bottom where it was supposed to have a rivet on the bottom, and the rivet wasn't holding. And I wanted to make sure that the shellac is not interfering with the opening of the pallet fork there. So the wings of the pallet fork. So it doesn't look like it's interfering with it at all. So I don't know whether I had bent that pin too far forward or not, so we're just going to have to try this out and see if it actually works. So the first thing I need to do here is put back this pallet fork, and the guard pin would be in the upper part of the pallet fork. So as I reassemble this, it's on the upper part, so I need to get in pretty close to do this properly. Alright, let's get in and see what I've got to do here. I'm going to try not to hit my head on the camera because it's so close right now. I'm just going to get this pallet fork in position, and if this pallet fork gets jammed up in the movement, it's because the guard pin is leaning too far forward. But I don't know that yet. So what I'm going to do is just put this pallet fork back. Even this is tricky because you don't want to damage anything as you do this. You just want to put it in nicely and hopefully it falls into place. I find nudging sometimes works. The department of nudging. There we go. And I have to make sure that when I put the pallet fork in, that the pivot actually sticks into the hole. So I'm kind of watching out for the pivot right now. I can't see it, so I don't want to finalize this until I can see that pivot. Where are you, pivot? Oh, I see it now. There we go. So now the pivot's in place. I can put the two screws back, and I have a holder here that I use to hold down the bridge here so that it doesn't jump away when I put the screws back in. And you don't need to put a lot of weight on that, just a little tiny bit of weight. And I'm going to use the pointy part only because it's easier to get in there. The pointy part. And get the screwdrivers out, and I think my black screwdriver should do. Hopefully you can see what's going on here. Yep. I'll screw this in here. It doesn't have to be really tight because I'm just going to be testing this. And I don't even think I have to screw in the other side because I just want to see if this works. And then from there, I'll put the screw in anyway. I think the screws were not very deep, if I recall. So, but if it does work, then I'm going to leave it where it is, right? So I don't need my special device right now, but it does come in handy, as you can see. See, that screw there goes down pretty deep, and I was wondering whether the hole in the bottom might be stripped a bit. It might be, I'm not sure. There we go. Go down like that. That's good. And now I have to put the balance in, but before I do that, I've got to put a little tiny bit of power onto this movement. And I believe this is the right bench key. It's funny how you remember stuff, eh? There we go. Put enough power in here so the thing will work. And then just move this back and forth a bit. And there it ticks away, right? Look at that ticking away. Again, I don't know whether I bent the thing too far forward or not. So let's just get the balance in and see if it ticks. Now this balance, when I had this thing running, it was smoking, baby. It was running so well. It was going past 360, another 90 degrees past 360, whatever that is, right? So, and it wasn't over banking. It was just doing extremely well. So I'm going to put this balance back in place here, and hopefully it's still going to work really well. Right now I have the pallet fork on the wrong side. I want to put it on this side, like that. And then I want to enter the watch from this side. I'd like to slow it down from bouncing all over the darn place, eh? There we go, sort of like that. And bring it in like this. And then, with any luck, it's going to move around properly into position. And again, I don't know whether that guard finger there is too far over or not. Not quite sure. I may have to do some nudging here. Oh, I got some ticking happening. That's always good. Let me get in a little closer and see if it's... I think it's at a bit of an angle here. So. Yeah, I don't have the pallet fork or the balance cock is not all the way in. There we go. So now it's all the way in, but it looks like it's slamming a bit, right? So you can see that going back and forth right now. And that might be, it looks like it's actually slamming, which might mean the guard pin is actually too tight, too close. Because it's not just slinging naturally, right? So that's kind of a, if you look at that motion there, that's not what you want. So that guard pin is likely too close. So now I've got to take the pallet fork out and try to tap that guard pin back just a bit. So I'll just rest the balance on this little device I have here. It's actually pretty nice. I didn't have to put the screw in yet, and I've got to take the pallet fork out again. And when I remove this pallet fork, it's going to go buzzy, so I just have to remove the tension on the mainspring. Now to remove the tension on the mainspring, I think I've shown you how to do that a million times. You just put your bench key in here, and then you've got to move the ratchet out of the way, like that, and then this thing will wind back down. I put a bit of pressure on the back of the bench key, that way I know that it's I know the bench key is kind of not going to fly really fast and let the mainspring go. So I nudged the guard pin back just slightly with a tool, and I just nudged it back ever so slightly. It's very soft metal, this guard pin, and I used my microscope, so I didn't have to do anything but that. So now I can wind this thing up again, just give it a bit of power, and see if the balance then moves nicely, right? This watch can be a little bit painful, I think. So I got to make sure that this is on the right side, like that, and then get the balance here and grab the balance and put this on this side like this, and then kind of reel it into position here nicely, nice and easy. Easy does it, easy does it. Like that. And then I want to move this around and get this balance kind of, I'm always worried about it falling, right? Because if the balance cock were to fall off the edge, it would be a friggin' disaster. I got action, so that's good. That's a lot better. Hopefully that's not too far away, and I've still got protection with the balance. So that, my folks, my friends, I believe is success. So I'm going to put the screw back in here nice and carefully, like that, and I'm hanging over the top of this. I should have taken my Apple Ultra watch off because it feels like it could get in the way. And I need a bigger screwdriver, and this thing is flying like crazy, folks, as you can see. So I'm going to take a slow motion video of this and just show you the amplitude I'm getting out of this thing. So this, I think, is success. So let's just get my camera out here and take a slow motion video of this, and I just need a few seconds, and then let's just move this out of the way and I'll show you what kind of amplitude we're getting. There we go. Look at that. You look at that red mark going around, that is phenomenal amplitude for this watch. So again, we're just going to let this watch run overnight. I like to do that, work itself in, and if it's true to form, then it should be working no problem. I can move this upside down and all kinds of angles, and it still runs nicely. So you see, is that still working good? I think it is. Yep, we've got success. Looks like we've got ourselves a working watch. So I'm just going to let this thing run overnight, and we'll assemble it tomorrow. But I think the pallet fork repair worked, so we'll get that working again. We'll get that cased again, and we'll make sure that there's no issues with this at all. So thanks again for watching my videos, and this is yet another adventure that I happen to be on. So signing off, and have a good day.